Right now, the internet is obsessed with this 3-note rule. But if you want to sound like a polished pro, all you need to know is the 2-note rule. I'm Adam Smale, 30 years of playing and studying jazz, and I'm sharing the most useful trick I ever learned. And it will make you sound more modern while playing things you didn't know was possible. Stick around and I'll share 5 undeniable reasons how this hack will dramatically bring your playing to a higher level. Do you hear anything missing here? Your ears were never confused. These 2-note chords sounded crystal clear. These notes are often referred to as guide tones. If you boil the chords down, guide tones are the only essential notes needed to define any chord that you want to play in jazz. Let's go back and analyze what I played. Remember, you want to choose the 3rd and the 7th for each chord. G and C are the 7th and the 3rd for A minor 7. F sharp and C are the 3rd and 7th for D7. Notice the 3rd and the 7th switch places on different strings. That happens a lot. F sharp and B are the 7th and 3rd for G major 7. Lastly, G sharp and D are the 3rd and the 7th for E7. As a bonus, notice that I was able to play the whole progression within just a few frets. It's not always the case, but it does happen a lot. That's clearly an advantage to not having to travel around so far up and down your fretboard. Now, we've seen the strength of this 2-note system. Now let's dive in to the 5 undeniable reasons why this 2-note system is superior. When playing in a group setting, using only the essential notes, the 3rd and 7th, frees up tons of harmonic space for a soloist. If the chord in question is E7 and you play only the 2 notes needed, G sharp and D, you're leaving room for the soloist to play more freely. Maybe something closer to G major, it's the key that our example is in, by only making the G sharp in our line. Or maybe a flat 9, flat 13 sound by making the F natural. Or maybe a diminished sound. Or an altered sound where the soloist is thinking this. See, this way you're not dictating or steering them in a certain direction. By creating a safe space for them, they can choose whatever type of sound that they want on top of what you're doing. That way, if they decide to play a flat 9, but you're playing a natural 9, then there's going to be clashing. So now this way there should be no clashing. It's safer, and musicians will love you because of this. You see, it's about playing the song and supporting the soloist. It's all about the song, not showing off on how many notes you can play in every chord. It's less ego-driven and more professional. Not only are you freeing up the sound, but you're also freeing up fingers to add notes to a chord if needed. So now if you do want to add more notes to a chord, the last 2 notes you need to add are the root and the 5th. Boring. Instead, add some juicy notes like the 9th of some kind. You You can even combine a 9th and a 13th. Or if you don't want a 13th, throw a sharp 11 in there. Of course, the 9 can be flat or sharp with that example as well. So you can adjust the note on your 3rd string accordingly. Here's a cool voicing that takes a cue from arrangers. It's tucking the 13th between the 3rd and the 7th, right underneath the 7th for a really cool sound. You can also put the 3rd on top of that. A little bit more about the 11th. If you want to add the 11th to a minor chord, it doesn't have to be voiced above the 3rd and 7th like the 9s and 13s typically do. It's perfectly fine to voice the 11th below the 3rd and 7th, and it works perfectly well. It's all good. For some reason, our ears don't mind that it's voiced below the 3rd and 7th. This is it's literally like painting by numbers, only with sound, if you can relate numbers to sound to numbers. You're free to create your own combinations of 9s, 11s, and 13s. You can also create simple melodies while you accompany a soloist to get a more pared down version of a big band playing background lines. My man Ed Bickert did this a lot in his chords. The cool thing is, you can easily improvise something on the spot that doesn't require much forethought. Let me show you what I was thinking here. The melody note is D, the 11th of A minor 7. Then it moves to an E flat and now creates a D7 flat 9. Then the E natural, the 13th on the G major 7, which is now G major 13 or G major 7 add 13 if you want to get picky. Then I played an F on the E7, creating an E7 flat 9. To keep the line going, I played a G, the flat 7, on the A minor 7, then a G sharp on the D7, which is the sharp 11. I also took the liberty of adding a sharp 9 in there too because of the 3rd string was empty, so I wanted to fill in some space. And it was going unused. And then finally, the A, the 9th of G major 7th. And once again, I utilized the 3rd string by placing an E, the 13th, below the A. Again on the 3rd string, and this makes a great G major 13 voicing. Here it is again. I just want to take a few seconds to tell you about my course, Chord Tone Command. It's a fantastic primer on finely mastering and using the notes of any chord to improvise jazz on a master level. Head to jazzmasteryacademy.com and sign up for a lifetime access to this course. And for a limited time, I'm offering 10% off the course just for you watching this video. Use the code CT10 to get 10% off at checkout. 3-note shell voicings can sound old-fashioned. They're perfect if you want to get that 40s and early 50s more old-timey swing sound. But they can sound a little heavy and sluggish in most contexts today. What causes the heaviness is the root. You don't need to play the root. Let the bass player play it. Bass plays the root, you play the third and seventh, the soloist sits above both of you. Suddenly, everyone is in their own lane, like a well-planned yet simplified big band arrangement. Everyone stays out of each other's way. The bass is on the bottom, you're in the middle, and the soloist is floating on top. It's a perfectly crafted sound sandwich. And it's all accomplished without even really trying that hard. Think of it as like a pre-arrangement. With a free finger, now you can comp and solo, especially if you're the only comping instrument. Lenny Breau is the undisputed champion of using this two-note chord system. You can get a whole fleshed out lesson on using his chord concept that we touched on here today, either by clicking on the QR code or by clicking the link below. This lesson is packed with information and tons of examples in the standard notation and tab. So you can go way deeper than this lesson into this amazing technique. Click on the link and I'll see you over at my website.